Good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. Uh, I do realize that these talking videos don't, for the most part, don't seem to get near as many views as the ones that I do when I'm actually driving around and I'm showing you different communities. However, I still do these videos because when I get stuff on my mind, I like to get it off my mind, and I think for those that take the time and watch these videos, I believe that you can at least get something of value out of these videos, which is why I continue to make these videos how despite the fact that they get substantially less views than my normal kind of videos. I mean, this channel is Andrew's life. So, aspects of my life that I'm comfortable letting people out in the public know about, I'm gonna put on this channel for the most part. So now I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video. I just decided to click the camera on and start talking. I mean, and for those of you that are new to the channel, and even those of you that have been watching me for a while, unless you haven't noticed, when I do these kind of videos, I'm not talking off no scripts. I'm just, I'm just talking, just whatever is on my mind, I say. Whatever comes to my mind, I might say. I don't script nothing on this channel when it comes to these type of videos. I just speak strictly from the heart. Now, back when YouTube first started becoming big, back when I first started watching YouTube, I want to say around 2012, back before Google owned it, you had more content creators that they cut the camera on and they started talking. And what was on their mind, they said. I mean, now it seems like so many people have to. Now you gotta be a lot more careful with what you say, because if not, you get canceled. But you also got a lot of people that when they talk, it's not coming from their heart. A lot of times it's scripted. They say what they know people want to hear, and that's all. Me, hopefully, what I say, somebody can relate to. Hopefully, some of my messages resonates with some of you. I mean, I hope that, but at the same time, it is what it is. I mean, I say what's off. I mean, I say you know, what's on my mind and what's in my heart. That's just how I do this channel. And I'm not gonna lie to you, folks. Sometimes I get discouraged because I look at my channel and there's things that I can improve on, and I feel I've been doing most of that. I mean, I try to add some context to my driving around videos, and even on these videos I'm doing today, I try to put a nugget or two in for people that watch the channel that you can walk away with. I mean, so it's like one minute I'm discouraged because I watch other people's channels, and I'm not trying to hate on no other YouTuber. I ain't like that. I mean, they do what they do. I do what I do. But I do notice that there's been other YouTubers that put out stuff, and they ain't really saying much of nothing. At least in my opinion, they're not saying much of nothing. But yet their channels gets way more views, way more subscribers compared to other channels that I feel should be getting that type of publicity. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't quite understand the YouTube algorithm and how certain channels grow and they ain't really saying shit. And then you got other channels that you can tell they didn't put effort into what they do. And, their videos are strong and they're really, they're really saying something. They got what I would call quality content, but yet they're not growing near as much. But anyways, that's for what I mean. I guess that's whatever. Now, really, I can't even put a finger on what this video is gonna be about. This is one of them kind of videos where I just cut the camera on. I'm saying whatever I want to say. It is what it is. If, you know, if anything what I say resonates, great. If it doesn't, then hey man, it is what it is. But I've been doing a lot of thinking. I mean, I've been back here in Alabama now for. I've been back down here for about for 3 weeks, and I'm still, to be honest, yes, I'm grateful to have my job, but to be honest, I hate getting up early because, like, my job is an hour away from here, so I'm having to get up at, I gotta be to work at 7. So I'm having to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get ready. And, and the place I work at, I mean, our parking lot is a good, I mean, I can't tell you how far it is from the building, but I would say it takes at least 5 minutes to walk from the parking lot to the actual building. And then once you get into the building, it's going to take you a good, I don't know, couple of minutes, give or take, to walk from the entrance to where we're supposed to clock in for work. So I would say from the parking lot to the time clock, I would say it's going to be a good 5 to 10 minute walk. Now, I'm a little slow in the morning time because for one, I'm tired, and for two, just due to the extra humidity that's in the air. I mean, I got a bad ankle because I broke it 22 years ago. So I got plates in it, and whenever the humidity is real thick in the air, it does mess with my ankle. So a lot of times it might take me every bit of 10 minutes to walk from the parking lot to the time clock. So I leave extra early to accommodate all that. So as grateful as I am to have a job and be back down here in Alabama, I hate the fact that I have to work in the morning. I rather work in the afternoon, like 2 or 3 to maybe 11 o'clock or midnight. I mean, I don't care if I had to stick around till 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd rather do you know mid shift hours than to work in the morning. But this job that I've accepted, I had two choices. I could either work the mornings or I can work at night. Now, nighttime, I would have had to be at work at around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I wouldn't have gotten off until around 6 or 7 in the morning. I don't do third shift real well. I rather do days as opposed to doing thirds because they didn't have a second shift. But anyways, I dreaded getting up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. I hate it, can't stand it. And it seems like when I get off of work, I've been coming home here and just working on my channel here and getting other stuff done. And I get home and it's like, I'm tired. It seems like I'm walking around all day tired. And I hate that. As where when I worked in the afternoon, I had more energy. I felt healthier, and I felt healthier because I didn't wake up to an alarm clock. I woke up naturally. Like naturally, I might wake around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't wake up naturally at 4 in the morning. I wake up naturally at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'll wake up, do what I gotta do for the day, and then around, like in my case, around maybe 1 o'clock, I leave and I head to work. Now, if I work second shift, now it's an hour away, that's what I would do. Now, an hour drive is a drive to the job, especially with these current gas prices. But I'm not even tripping about driving an hour to work. An hour drive doesn't even bother me. What bothers me the most is just I hate working mornings. And then the job itself is not a bad job, but I do a little bit more walking on this. I mean, now my last job up in Indiana, I did quite a bit of walking over there. Now the job I'm working now, I do a little bit more walking. And plus, on this job, I have to go up and down stairs. I have to go up and down some steps. On my last job, I didn't have to worry about steps. Like where I'm at now, our break room is upstairs. Like there's like two flights of stairs that we gotta go up to get to the break room, which, you know, again, sometimes that's hard on me because of my ankle. So it takes me extra long to get up and down the stairs, which I hate. It embarrasses the shit out of me because it's like, it just does. It embarrasses me that it takes me so long to get up and down stairs. Another thing about the job I like, I will say for the most part, the people who I work with are nice. We all get along, we all get the job done. Now, one thing I do notice is like at the last job I had, uh, and I know this is gonna roughen some of your people's feathers, but it is what it is. But the last job I had, there were a much higher, there were a lot more Hispanic workers over there up in Indiana. And like with that place, I noticed that you know there wasn't no type of gossiping going on. There wasn't no type of kissing up to the supervisor going on. People just came in, they clocked in, they did their work, and you can tell they were putting in their all. And then they went home. You know what I'm saying? They stayed to themselves. It was, everybody was professional. Now, down here where I'm at in Alabama, work wise, for the most part, people are cool. People are nice. For the most part, we all get along. But, I notice where I'm at now, there's a lot more workers that are not professional. Like, there's a few workers that they love to kiss up to the supervisor. It's like every time I go to clock in for, every time I go, rather I'm clocking in for, or no, rather I'm clocking out for lunch, or I'm clocking in from lunch, or I'm clocking out for the day. There's like these same group of people that always be crowded around the supervisor, kissing up to the supervisor. And I don't know, man. I just can't stand people like that, man. It's like, man, if you got time to kiss up to the supervisor, then you got time to get your ass up on the floor and do what you're supposed to do. You know, because to me, now I don't got nothing against the supervisor. So far, the supervisor's been good to me, so I can't say nothing bad about the supervisor. But I'm thinking, okay, well, if the supervisor really likes you, for one, if you're trying to impress a supervisor, just go out here and do your job and do the best you can. Put that honest day's work in, and the supervisor will see that. And when they see that, then if they rocking with you, they rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? But all that kissing up stuff, man, it's like, man, please. But that's one little thing which I noticed about my current job, which I don't like. But that really ain't got nothing to do with me. That's just one of my pet peeves. So yeah, I will say I've been tired because getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning is not my cup of tea. It's not what I desire to do. I like second shift a lot better. And another thing I dislike about working during the day is you got other people that are petty as hell that, they might sit around, and if you're not busy doing something, then they're gonna go and tattle on you. They're gonna they're gonna go and tattle on you basically. So and so's over here. He's been on this phone for 5 minutes. And a lot of times when you're working a job that's second shift, you don't have as many people that be petty like that. From my experience, when you work a second shift job, people come in, they do what they're supposed to do, and they go home. Ain't nobody got time for no pettiness. So yeah, so I would say the main thing I dislike about my job I'm working now is the fact that it's day shift. And also the fact that the break room is, I gotta walk two flights of stairs to get to the break room. I mean, those are the main two things I dislike about my new job. Another thing I dislike about my new job, and this is, is a fact. Like, see, at my old job, I was allowed to wear tennis shoes. Which tennis shoes, when you're walking all day, is a lot easier on your feet compared to boots. At least for me, it is. See, on the job I'm working now, we're required to wear boots. So, boots are a lot heavier. And I think the fact that I'm having to wear boots is contributing to my ankle problems. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you folks. My diet has been atrocious, and I'm gonna start working on that starting next week. But despite my atrocious diet, even when I had my job up in Indiana, I was allowed to wear shoes. So I didn't have any ankle issues up in Indiana working that job. I mean, the job I'm working here in Alabama, I noticed that some of my ankle issues have came back, and they've came back because I have to wear boots. And I blame me having to wear boots on my ankle issues. But, and that's something else that I'm going to work on. I mean, I'm going to figure out something on that as time goes by. Also, you know, I've also thought about what I would like to do on this channel. Now, I would like to incorporate more camping videos. I mean, I like camping. I really do. Now, the reason why I never camped when I was up in Indiana was because now during this time of the year, it would be okay to camp up in Indiana. But up in Indiana, it's typically going to be colder for at least I would say I would say for at least 7 months out the year up in Indiana, it's too damn cold to be camping. I'm sorry, but I am not a cold weather camper. It's like, nah. I mean, yeah, I do hear and see people camping when it's 30 some degrees outside. Me, I'm not feeling it. I mean, to me, it's no fun to be pitching up a tent and camping out, and it's only 30 some degrees and windy as hell. To me, that's no fun. Now, like down here in Alabama, even during the winter time when the temperatures on average is like 55, 60 degrees, where I'm at in Alabama, I can handle that. I can handle that. Now, honestly, at night, I'm probably not going to be outside sleeping in a tent. Like, I'll use my tent to get up and cook a meal and, drink some coffee. And if the campsite, and I'll try to only deal with campsites that allow pets. And if they allow pets, I'll probably allow my cat to walk around and get some fresh air and do what she's got to do. But then at nighttime, we'll just sleep in the van. I mean, and as you guys will see, I mean, I I did release I'm going to release a video of me shopping around for an RV because I'm thinking in the future, that could be something I might entertain, is to be a part-time RVer. Like on the like at this point on the weekends, I might load up the RV and go camp out somewhere, and then I'll drive around that area and shoot more footage for the channel. Now, as far as me camping, I'm not doing it just for the channel. I'm also doing it because it's something that I enjoy doing. I mean, I enjoy camping. I enjoy getting outside and getting some fresh air. I enjoy something a little different than just the normal come home to the house when I get off of work life. And although I enjoy and I'm appreciative of having the privilege of being a homeowner, I also enjoy getting out and traveling as well. Now, granted, at this point, I can't travel as much as I would desire to travel because for now, I gotta hold down a 9 to 5 until I can get everything in order to where that day will come to where I don't have to hold down a 9 to 5 any longer. But for now, you know, but I figure while I'm working my 9 to 5, I'm gonna work some other stuff out to where eventually, I don't know when that will be, but eventually I can quit my 9 to 5 and make money doing other stuff. Now, I did tell you guys I was gonna sell my house up in Indiana. Well, at this point I'm happy to say that the house at this point is under contract. There's like a middle-aged couple that has shown interest in buying the house, so right now it is under contract. I accepted their offer, so at this point I'm just sitting around playing the waiting game and praying that everything goes through and that I can sell the house and get my money out of that house, and then I'll be that much more wealthier. Another thing is, for those of you that have been watching my channel for those of you that have been watching my channel for the last 5 months or so, y'all seen my videos of me interviewing homeless people up in Indiana. And I did a homeless video I want to say maybe 8 or 9 months ago down here in Alabama. I was in Montgomery, and I did a video of some people that were living in an abandoned hotel in Montgomery. I think I brought them some tacos or something of that sort. Now, and I told you guys I was going to do more videos like that, but there's a reason why I haven't been doing those kind of videos. I'm going to tell you guys why. The reason why I have not been doing those kind of videos is because the money that I have to pay to A, get them to give me an interview, and B, buy them some food or buy them some clothes, buy them something to help them out. Because I don't like putting cameras in people's faces and then you want to tell your story and then you know, they're willing to go on camera and tell their story when they could have just told me to go fuck myself, but they chose to go on camera and tell their story to add content to my channel. So my attitude is, if they're gonna do that for me, then I need to return the favor in some way. Like A, I can pay them for their time, and since I know that they're in need, I can buy them a meal, I can buy them some clean, warm clothes, do something of that sort. And the reason why I haven't done those kind of videos recently is because the money that I would typically use to pay people to provide me an interview, I've been taking that money has been going into my housing. Because like when I was up in Indiana, not only did I have to pay all the monies to keep this house in terms of my, property taxes, utilities, and plus my house alarm and all that type of stuff to keep this house secured. But I also had to pay all my regular bills when I was up in Indiana for that house. So the money that I would have had to do my homeless videos, I had to instead spend on housing. So when I get my house sold up in Indiana, I will be doing more of those kind of videos because, for one, I know a lot of people enjoy watching them. And also, I enjoy helping people. I mean, it's a tough world out here. And like I told you guys before, we can sit around and point fingers and, man, it's your fault. You should have done this and that and the third. But my attitude is, at the end of the day, we all human. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. So my attitude is, for those of us that are in a position that where we can help, we ought to be out here helping, as opposed to just sitting around and pointing fingers and, making people feel like shit that are already in a situation that's fucked up. So, I'm just not the kind of person that's gonna roll their window down at a person who I know is down and out and tell them to go get a job. I don't do that type of stuff. Even if I think the person is fake and they ain't really homeless, I'm still not gonna. I mean, there was a time where yeah, I would have rolled down the window and told them to go get an effing job, but now I don't do that no more. I mean, if they're really homeless and I got the means to help them, I'm gonna help them. Now, if I think they're faking the funk, then I'm just gonna leave them alone. I'm not gonna get smart. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna leave them alone. I mean, nowadays with some of these people, you say anything to them, especially some of the younger folk, it might be the last thing you say if you know what I'm talking about. So I don't put myself in situations to where my life, my safety is going to be in danger. I love my life. I enjoy life, and I would prefer to keep my life and live as old and to live as old and as healthy as possible. So I'm not going to be out here in these streets talking reckless. Because some of these people that are homeless, they got mental problems. You say the wrong thing, it may not end too well for you. But yeah, when I sell my house in Indiana, I will be doing more homeless videos. I just wanted to tell you guys real quick of why I wasn't, I mean, why I haven't been doing those kind of videos. Alright, folks, I am at 26 minutes. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed my talk. I don't want to make it any longer, so I'm going to holler at y'all. Stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.